This segment brought to you in association with Burger King.
And we say good evening now to Sean with our first look at sports.
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. Well, this first look at sports is all about the women. That's because this first story, Barbados women, they've started their quest to be the regional double crown queens with a 99-run win over the Leeward Islands. That was in this morning's opening game of the West Indies, the Women T20 Blaze Cup that's being played in Guyana. Now, Deandra Dottin, she made 63 off just 23 balls. That had 10 fours and 3 sixes. Now, that was the main win in the sales for the Bajans, who made a whopping 206 for 4. Well, she was backed up by the Barbados skipper Hilly Matthews, who added 45 with 8 fours and 1 6. And in reply, the Leewards were restricted to just 107 for 5 in their 20 overs. Matthews was back with the ball to claim 2 for 21. So scores again in that game: the Barbados women 206 for 6, the Leewards women 107 for 5 for the Barbados women to win by 99 runs. Here's another lady now. Barbadian athlete Tia Adena Bell has started the 2019 track and field season on a high. The Bajan athlete ran a world-leading personal best time of 54.18 seconds in her pet event. That's the 400-meter hurdles in the Florida relays this week. And this story, which I really love, the St. Michael's School Cougars, well, they were in a celebration mood today. Well, that's not because it's the last day of school before the Easter break, but to highlight their sporting accomplishments in 2019. Now, this year's motorcade had the usual hype surrounded it, especially after the school retained the BSAC girls title while placing third in the boys behind the Christchurch Foundation and Harrison College schools. Damien Best had the privilege of being there.
It was a carnival atmosphere at the St. Michael's School as they celebrated success in several sporting disciplines, including the Girls' Championship of BSAC 2019. It was just after noon that the over 50 students climbed aboard this trailer and prepared to travel through several districts across the parish of St. Michael. The music truck paved the way along the route, which started at Martindale's Road before rolling past areas such as Halls Road, Hinesbury Road, and My Lord's Hill. Of course, on their way back to base, there was time to pay a visit to one-time perennial girls champions, Springer Memorial on Government Hill. Good, clean fun indeed. Rivalry continues, at least among the girls. Well, after all the festivities, Coach Gabriel Burnett said he was satisfied with how the athletes performed across all disciplines.
We won the badminton title for the 4th straight year, and then we went on and we won our very first volleyball championship. And one that we really wanted was the girls' basketball title. They won the regular season title the last 2 years, but they always lost in the final. And this year they were finally able to win that final. They defeated Foundation in the semi-final, who was the last year's champions, and then they defeated Harrison College in the final. So, and those performances really catapulted us into this term, and our focus then was on BSAC. Obviously, we wanted to win both titles as defending champions, but we picked up some injuries with the boys, and we kind of knew it was going to be tough from there.
Burnett also says plans are already in place for 2020.
Our under 15 girls, they're extremely strong. We have some good under 17s, and we're not losing many athletes for next year, especially in the girls. We're only losing Ashley Lowe. And in the boys, we're losing Kyle Gale and Gabriel Brown. So we expect that we will contend for both titles again next year.
There were several outstanding performers, including joint victory at Sudorum and under 15 athlete Samaya Dell.
It feels good to be part of SMS or any school.
What are some of the things you had to do, or some of the sacrifices you had to make your performance possible?
I had to make sure I put in more training and work hard and to get here.
I always wanted to win, and I wanted to give my school as much points as I could, so I did that.
I would say that the highlight would be the relays. because we as a team, we came together, we pulled our own weight. And yes, I have my individual victories, but for me, just seeing the girls come together and work as a team and come true for the school, that was my highlight, the 4x1 and the 4x4. It's a lot of hard work, that is an understatement. Also the right mindset. If you don't want it, then you're not going to get it. It's all about being hungry, knowing what you want and working for it.
I'm glad with my performance this year because I won most of my events. I came second the 100, and I'm glad because I made PBs in the 100 and 200 this year, so I'm glad.
In the discus, it went according to plan. I got a PB and also won that event, so I was very satisfied with that performance.
For SMS, 2019 has been a very game-changing year in terms of the school itself, how the people started to support us and all that. My aim this season was to just be ahead of my competition and also myself from last year. So last year at BSAT I ran 47.9, this year I'm at 47.0, so I'm looking quite good.
So BSAT was all that and so much more. Here's wishing all the athletes continued success in 2020. Damien Best, CBC Sports.